Hello, YouTube. This is Mary again. Just thought I'd come by and make a quick video update on my health thing and just talking in general. As you see, I'm not wearing my neck brace. I spent 6.5 weeks in it, so doctor said X-rays and everything look good, so I can take it off. He said the scar is not how they uh, wanted it to turn out, but he had to get through a lot of other tissues and stuff and scars. I got a scar this way and another scar this way from previous surgery. So nothing we can do about that, but it's pretty wild. Look like I've been in a hatchet fight. Then I have the same scar in the back of my neck also, but it's not that bad, that obvious. But anyway, I was thinking about my life and stuff, and I've had quite a few surgeries in my lifetime and have suffered with a lot of pain. And I don't want to be the chronic complainer, but you have to do something when you're hurting. And I've taken on this theory about moaning through my pain. And when people ask me how I'm doing, I have to say, fine, I'm blessed, instead of complaining about it. But I pulled out some books and old books, and I came up with my Four Agreement book. I don't know how many of you have heard of these books. This two of them. They're small books, but it's called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I stumbled on this paragraph, and it really hit the nail on the head about what I was thinking. I'm just going to read a paragraph. It says, let me scoot up a little bit. It says, don't take anything personally, because by taking things personally, you set yourself up to suffer for nothing. I kind of understand that. Yeah, you take things, just like on YouTube. When people say ugly things and I take it personally, I find myself suffering for it afterward, because first comes the anger, and then I react, and I'll say some ugly stuff back and go back and forth, and sometimes I just delete. But it ends up that I set myself up to suffer for nothing by taking things personally. And it also says humans are addicted to suffering at different levels and to different degrees. And we support each other in maintaining those addictions. Humans agree to help each other suffer. If you have the need to be abused, you will find it easy to be abused by others. Likewise, if you are with people who need to suffer, something in you make you abuse them. It is as if they have a note on their back that says, please kick me. They are asking for justification for their suffering. Their addiction to suffering is nothing but an agreement that is reinforced every day. So right now I'm going through the phase of examining myself, and I realize that when people ask me how I'm doing, and I practice to say, "Oh, I'm getting so much better," and the pain is leaving, and this and that. And most people, especially family members, they don't know how to react because they're so used to me complaining. And I have got a lot of work to do, because I've been doing this for a long time, because I've been sick for a long time. But this is helping me to, I guess, to get over the addiction to suffering. And my mother, she died at the age of 47 from colon cancer. But she did not complain. She didn't complain. But she knew that she had cancer. I'm sure she did because her mother and her mother's sister died from colon cancer. And they ended up, her aunt ended up having a colostomy. And my mother knew that that's probably what she was going to. But she let herself suffer for over a year before she decided to go to the doctor. Because I remember her hurting and being in a lot of pain and suffering with diarrhea. It was just unreal. Every time she would eat something, it would go straight through her. And, back in those days, in the early 70s, we just didn't have money for extra stuff. Air freshener and barely had money for toilet paper. So she always had matches, and she would strike these matches, and the sulfur smell in the matches would overcome the smell of your feces. So, but she knew what she was getting ready to go through. And I've never seen suffering like that. But she also suffered from the hands of my father because he would beat her. And she told me that she lost 3 babies. I believe she said 3 babies because he had beat her. And I remember helping her bathe her, and I was wiping her backside, and she screamed, and she said, "Oh, that hurts." Her tailbone had gotten these bed sores. And then she told me that my father had kicked her and broken her tailbone. So I'm listening to this, and all of this hit me at once, but I'm angry with my father for what he did, because I'm not surprised that he had did all this, because he would beat my brother. He just liked to fight everybody. But you talk about somebody suffering. They sent her home on a Wednesday. We took her to the hospital because she was screaming every night. And they couldn't even, she was skin and bones. They couldn't even find a vein to draw blood from her. And they sent her home from Parkland Hospital and told her to continue to take Anacin for cancer pain. So she suffered. And that Wednesday, was a Wednesday night, and she died that Saturday, early that Sunday morning, about 4 o'clock. But I'm trying my best not to, what's the word I'm trying not to be addicted to suffering and complaining about it. Because I see myself fit in that mode. And I guess it's okay we are going to suffer in this life. I don't know anybody who hasn't suffered. But the complaining about it, I think that's what I'm going to have to work on. I have a lot of things I have to work on. God. And they say when you get everything right, it's time to die, because you probably going to start messing up again. But I'm enjoying this phase of my life because I'm learning. Or shall I say, I'm remembering. Because we get lessons 3 or 4 times a day. And it really doesn't count until you remember the lesson and you master it. And it's just second nature to see that's a trap for you, and don't fall into it. And the biggest regrets I have, it comes from what comes out of my mouth. So I'm learning to control my tongue, and in controlling my tongue, that goes with controlling my thinking. So that's what I'm working on. And I was thinking about, the Christian, it's a gospel song. I don't know all the words to it, but it says something like, I've learned to live holy. I've learned to live right. Blah, blah, blah. And in the end it says, if I suffer, I'll gain eternal life. So a lot of us believe that we have to suffer the way Christ did. And maybe if you believe that, but I don't think we need to want every event to be a suffering event. We should have some joy and some peace and some thanksgiving in there somewhere. So I'm learning how to, I'm going to say, I'm remembering how to find thanksgiving in all of my pain and to be thankful rather than complain about it. But anyway, just wanted to drop that little note off, and I'm so much better, just so much better, gaining my strength back. Oh, and that's my first time driving today in Chuck 7 weeks, and I'm doing better about driving. But my little baby, she got, and well, I think I know what's wrong with her, but I haven't been able to take her to the vet because I couldn't drive. Come here, Sonny. I want y'all to see her face. Come here. Oh, come up here. I want these people, the Facebook people, to see what has happened to you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look at her face. Her hair has turned red all around her face, and her little paws are red. All of them look like she's been digging in the mud. And I haven't been able to go to the vet, but I looked it up on YouTube, and she has allergies real bad. You talk about a dog suffering. She's been suffering, and we finally figured out to change her food. But the doctor gave me some omega-3s to start giving her for the flaking. And when I was in the hospital, my son kept her, and they gave her some different treats, some bacon bacon strips. And when I got out of the hospital, I continued to give her the strips. But I noticed a day or so after I got home that her fur was changing colors. And I looked it up on the internet, and it just said white dogs, when they have allergic reactions, that their fur can change colors. And any dog can do it, but it's more noticeable in white fur. So I took off the omega-3s and just stopped giving her treats. And it seems like it's getting better. But I'm going to have to make an appointment first for her to go to the groomers and then go to the vet, since I can drive now. But anyway, I'm getting off of here because I forgot about the clock. I'm just running my mouth. But anyway, think about suffering, and some things we just don't have to suffer with. And I don't want to be a martyr and go through things that I don't have to go through. But it's a remembering process. So anyway, I'm going to say bye-bye.